crisis with the staffing, but some of these individuals that may not be committing a non-violent crime at this time, in the past may have had a record of committing violent crimes. How do you determine who's not getting arrested and why?
Well, Councilor Sanchez, Council President, rest of the Council, just for clarification, they were not told that they could not arrest. The officers still have 100% discretion on what they do in the field. They've always had that discretion. It goes back to the time where misdemeanor citations were available to the officers. That memorandum that was sent out was reaffirming a memorandum that went out probably in 2 or 3 prior administrations, even prior to me. It was an affirmation based on a commitment that we made as part of a settlement agreement, where we would make sure that the officers were aware that they had this option available to them. And again, it did not take away the officer discretion. It was just, again, to reinforce what has already been in policy with the department for a number of years.
And one other question I have is, how many sworn officers do we have today working for the Albuquerque Police Department?
Well, we had a class that graduated Thursday with 24, and we had 49 start Friday. So that brings us, sworn personnel only, that brings us up to 862. 49 in the academy. We have lateral scheduled for August, and then another class that will start in January.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And Council President, I've got one more question. I had, I'll let Rob Perry answer that question. Based on the art project, what rate are we at completion rate at this time? Or percentage of completion?
Mr. President, Council Sanchez, I think Mr. Reardon is probably best qualified to look at the construction timeline. It's moving along as scheduled, I can say, and in some areas it's actually ahead of schedule. So we're on schedule, but as far as putting a quantitative number on it, I think I feel more comfortable with Mr. Reardon, and we'll get back to you on that. Mr. Reardon's actually out there today.
Okay, one more question regarding the loan program. How is that working out?
From my understanding, Mr. President, Council Sanchez, that there has been a number of applicants and processing of those loan applications, and I think probably even on the development and spearheading that would be best to give you, again, specific numbers of how many applicants, how many loans, the timeliness of them, what kind of loans and the like. But it is on the street, and they are taking applications, processing those applications, and making the funds available.
So has any of that money been dispersed?
I'll have to check specifically.
Okay, thank you.
Should we ask Mr. Opedal to come down? Could you add anything, Mr. Opedal?
Mr. President, Council Sanchez, there have been loans actually delivered. You can go to SBRC, ABQ.com and see a current dashboard. You can see exactly how many loans have been given out and what the status is. It's a program that's working very well.
Thank you.